American Innovation and Choice Online Act, and we've been trying to figure out why our senators are involved in this. It is being pushed by a far-left Senator, Amy Klobuchar, and supposedly it's all about, quote, antitrust and more competition. But it really is just the opposite of that. And we have a gentleman who's with a group called the Competitiveness Coalition. And he's well-known, former senator and ambassador. And it's our pleasure to welcome Ambassador Scott Brown here to the Ringside Politics program. And Mr. Ambassador, how you doing? Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you and your listeners. I'll tell you, the best title I have, though, is new grandfather for the second time.
All right.
Those of you who know, yeah, man, I'll tell you, there's nothing better to see your daughters
Congratulations.
Have kids, and then you get to basically fill them up with sugar and give them back.
Boy, the role of a grandparent is wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not there yet. Yeah. One of these days.
Amen.
But
Amen.
Hey, great work, and of course, we have followed your career as a senator and ambassador, and now you're a chair of a group called the Competitiveness Coalition. It's competitivenesscoalition.com. So why are you so concerned about this particular bill, Mr. Ambassador?
Well, you said, what is it, the American Innovation? No, it's the uninnovation. Basically, when you have Klobuchar and Warren, the DOJ, the FTC, all the hardcore liberals on a bill, it's like, what? And then you wonder why Senator Kennedy and others, Cruz and Graham, are on this bill. I mean, listen, the Democrats, as I'm sure you know there, because we know it up here in New Hampshire, are running this economy into a ditch. I've never seen anything like it. When we got back from New Zealand, $1.72, $1.82 with our discount card at the BJ's or Costco. And now what? I just paid $4.50 again, but some areas it's down below $4. Oh my goodness, we should be so happy. You can't make up what's going on, a lack of energy independence. And this bill will absolutely increase inflation, and this bill will absolutely benefit the Chinese Communist Party, because what it does is it takes away the protections that these companies have. They will have to, depending on how much they're worth, break up their companies and open up their platforms to foreign interference. And China's not doing that. They're actually providing mechanisms to take over our industry, and this is one of the biggest employers, the most innovative sector that we have, and it will put a wet blanket on what's happening. So it's unbelievable that you can't make this stuff up.
So, I mean, yeah, and we look at the bill and we look at what it will do. So it will take away our choice. It will increase our costs. And it does nothing about the real problem that I have with big tech, Ambassador Brown, is what they're doing as far as censorship of conservative thought. I'm sure you've had a similar situation. I've had posts that have been taken down. I've been put in Facebook jail for months. Been thrown off of various platforms because I'm a conservative and post content they don't like. This bill doesn't do anything to really deal with the real problem that we're facing, and that is censorship.
Yeah, listen, you're absolutely right. This bill has absolutely nothing to do with that issue, and that issue is real. We all know it. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to understand what they're doing and why. But that's a conversation that we absolutely need to have. We need to have members of Congress like Senator Kennedy and others bring these high-tech companies in and say, especially when we take over the House and Senate, it's like, yo, what is going on? What are you doing? You can't keep doing this. And make sure we hold them accountable. But to jump on a bill, and I hope that people would call Senator Kennedy and say, sir, what are you doing? I think he's leaning to get off it. But it's going to increase inflation without even blinking. It's going to probably slow down the ability for people to get their goods online and delivered in a day. It's going to create some very real security issues, and it's going to put a wet blanket on all the innovators, not only in your state, but around the country. So,
our other senator, Bill Cassidy, of course, won't commit on where he stands on the bill, and he's been asked. So we can try with Senator Cassidy as well, but of course Senator Kennedy has a reputation of being more conservative, so that's why his participation in this is particularly perplexing. Another thing it's going to do, Ambassador, is increase the power of the FTC, which is why I think Lena Khan, the FTC chair, who is supposedly a radical leftist, has been strongly supporting this bill.
Well, Well, of course, they're going to basically pick winners and losers. They're going to dictate what companies can and cannot do. And if you want to talk about the ability to give the FTC and the Democrats, especially since they've run this country into the ground in such a short period of time, I mean, how is that a good idea? Am I missing something that Cruz and Graham and Kennedy and others are saying, wow, what a great idea to basically break up our companies and give an advantage to China and give the FTC and these radicals more and more control. I mean, they're trying to do it. They did it with Obamacare. You can't keep your doctor. They're doing it with energy by basically forcing the Green New Deal down our throat. They're doing it with spending trillions of dollars we don't have. I mean, is there anything that, how about the border?
Right.
You know, apparently, according to the borders, everything's great. Well, my wife was running for Congress. She'd been down there. She got the Border Patrol's endorsement because it's real. So we need to wake up and we need to unite and we need to take back the House and Senate and people in Louisiana and all around the country. We need to figure out who's going to have a good chance to win. We need 5, 6 seats in the House. We need 1 in the Senate. And then we can stop creating this cold. That's how important this is. This is a pivotal time in our country's history. Make no mistake about it.
So you've served up there in the Senate. You know how it is. And is there, for some reason, for these Republicans that they want to, reach across the aisle and be bipartisan? And, I've seen example after example where people like Cassidy, who's a big rhino, has supported Biden initiatives, whether it be gun control, whether it be the infrastructure bill, et cetera. But we're talking about some stalwart conservatives here, Cruz and Kennedy. And I'm just amazed that they would be on board here with something that, Amy Klobuchar, Hillary Clinton just praised this bill.